The house where no one slept twice. On the edge of a forgotten village in Nigeria stood a tall, crumbling mansion. Its walls were stained by rain, its gates rusted shut. The locals called it Okizi's house, after the family that once lived there. For years, no one dared to step inside. Every tenant who ever rented it left within days, terrified, broken, or worse, missing. But then came Edeora, a young woman from the city. Brave, determined, and a bit desperate. She had just lost her job, and her fiancé had walked away with her savings. With nowhere to go, she accepted an offer that seemed too good to be true: live in Okizi's house for free, as long as she agreed to take care of it. The first night was uneventful. The house smelled of dust and memories. But when midnight came, Edeora heard its whispers. Low, chilling voices seeping through the walls. She pressed her ear against the plaster, but there was no one. Still, the whispers grew louder. Leave, they hissed. Leave before it's too late. Edeora tried to laugh it off, convincing herself it was the wind. But her unease grew when she found an old photograph tucked beneath the floorboards, a family portrait of the Okizi family, with all their faces scratched out. The next day, Edeora went into the village to ask about the house. The villagers avoided her eyes. An old woman selling palm oil finally whispered, "Child, that house devours souls." The Okizi family vanished overnight. Some say they still wander the halls, looking for company. But when Edeora pressed further, the woman grew silent, as if terrified of being overheard. Back at the mansion, Edeora noticed something strange: every mirror in the house had been covered with cloth. Against her better judgment, she pulled one cloth down. And there, she didn't see herself. She saw a woman she had never met, standing right behind her. Edeora could no longer deny it. Something in the house was alive. Watching. Waiting. At night, footsteps echoed along the hallway, though no one was there. Doors locked themselves. Her phone battery drained every midnight at the exact same second. She tried to leave, but the gates that once opened for her were now impossible to move, as though welded shut. She was trapped. Then, she found a journal hidden in a drawer. It belonged to Chika Okizi, the last daughter of the family. The entries grew increasingly erratic. Father says the house is ours, but I know it isn't. It wants us to stay forever. It is feeding. It is patient. And it never lets go. That evening, a knock came at the door. Startled, Edeora opened it to find a man, tall, ragged, eyes wide with fear. He introduced himself as Emeka, a neighbor. "You shouldn't be here," he warned. "The house will not let you leave. It has chosen you." When Edeora demanded answers, Emeka whispered, "The Okizi family didn't disappear. They are still inside, only not as you remember them." And then, before Edeora could ask more, he fled into the night. The whispers grew louder with each passing night, circling her bed, pressing into her ears. One night, she awoke to find her own reflection missing from the mirror. Instead, she saw the Okizi family, all staring back at her. Terrified, she screamed, but no sound came out. The next morning, she discovered something horrifying. The photograph she found earlier now had her face scratched into it as well. Desperate, Edeora confronted Emeka the next day. But this time, when she went to his house, the villagers stared at her blankly. "There is no Emeka here," they said. "There hasn't been, for 20 years. Edeora returned to the mansion, trembling. And that's when she saw it. The old family journal had a fresh entry written in handwriting identical to hers. "Another has joined us. The house is never empty." The horrifying truth dawned on her: Edeora was never meant to leave. She was the new Okizi. The story closes with a new young man arriving at the gates of the mansion, suitcase in hand. He has been offered the same deal Edeora was given. And through the window, unseen by him, Edora now stands with the Okizi family, pale, lifeless, whispering in unison. Welcome home.